All right, guys, we are here. What a day it was! What a day it was! Today was one of the most volatile days I've seen in a long, long time. Now, what happened today was not just a result of one single factor. It was a confluence of multiple factors. You have a geopolitical possibility of an unrest. Maybe the U.S. might attack Iran at some point. We don't know. We do have a large fleet going to the Middle East right now, and you guys have heard people from the administration talking about that. You also have the uncertainty around the dollar because the dollar is actually really getting hit pretty bad, and the fact that all of this is happening and the president says it's a good thing, right? So that spooked a lot of people. It's not a good thing for you and I, right? For consumers, for the American people, it is not a good thing because what that means is every single thing we buy going to cost more. That is inflationary because a weak dollar means we cannot buy the things we used to buy as cheap as it is in to import like in foreign countries. Like for example, with a strong dollar, when we buy things in China or India, wherever it is, the value of the US dollar is so strong, it seems like it's very cheap in those places, right? So it costs us a lot less. But if the dollar's weak, that means we are paying more for these things now. All right. So you also have that, and then the one of the bigger factor is how we all thinking about, okay, well, GDP is rising, but we don't really see that. We can't really feel it. We don't really see that. Why is GDP going up? Well, I think we had a 4% GDP rate or something like that, which is great, by the way. But when we actually look at it, this is not something that's coming to being produced by the American people. All of that spend is actually AI. It's just the likes of Meta and all those companies that actually buying. That's what pushing GDP up. But anyway, if you guys are here, make sure to like, subscribe, share the live with anybody else that you guys know that may be able to benefit from this. I'm going to give you guys a couple minutes just to be able to get on. Right now, I do know some of you guys tend to come a little later, and if you are here, make sure to like the live. That really help me with the algorithm. Helps the algorithm push this out to more people. I would really appreciate that. Um, I would really appreciate support doing that. All right, so let's take a quick look at a glance, guys. At a glance, let's take a quick look to see what is happening. All right. So all these days, I keep telling you guys, I don't like what I'm seeing here. This is I think when we talked about that yesterday, I told you guys, this doesn't seem good. Don't let me close this out. This does not seem good. I'm gonna clean up the chart so you guys can see things a bit more clear. Here we go. There you go. So I did not like that. I did not like that, not even a little bit. And the reason I didn't like it is when you sort of looking at this, right? We went to check to test this level again, and we got rejected pretty hard. That was a very hard rejection. All right, that's the S&P 500. That's the SPX, S&P 500 SPX, and you can see, like I was telling you guys, a lot of times when you have a break of a trend line, you typically retest it. So this is what we did, and we are trying hard, man, because thank goodness, thank God for big tech earnings, because without big tech earnings, where we have the likes of Meta wanting up as much as it did, we would have been in a lot of trouble today. When you were looking at that, that's the kind of things that push the market up. Because you had Meta went up like what 70 points, and Meta's that's one of the Mag 7 stocks, right? So that's heavily weighted in the stock market, so that really helps push things up a little bit. And if we're looking at the day, this is the intraday move. This is insane. We literally went from this resistance all the way down to this level. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. A lot of times When those things get to those levels, if it had closed above this support level, I would have probably bought calls. I didn't. All right, I didn't buy calls today. Reason why, even though we have a long tail, that's a big. So you can see the buyers stepped in. They stepped in and really pushed it in, pushed that up, which was great. So that means the buyers really stepped up. However, you can consider that almost. I mean, it's not a hammer, but it's almost like it's almost a hanging man. It is a doji with a long bottom wick. That's a long tail doji, but it's almost like a hangman. So, and on top of that, it came where? Right back to resistance level. I'm not buying into that. So that's why I didn't do anything today. When that move happened, I saw it there and I was like, please just come back and just close right there. And it's unfortunate. Unfortunately, a lot of people actually close their position because you know how it is. Any little drop that happens, you have a bunch of videos because a lot of people just trying to get views. It doesn't really matter much to them. And the best way to get views is come out and say the sky is falling, right? So they came out and say the sky is falling. That's what they did. They came, oh, this is going to be a 50% drop. This is going to be worse than 2008 recession and blah, blah. All this kind of, I'm even seeing people talking about the Great Depression. And I'm like, did you not see what the stock market did for the Re- Depression? But that's what happened, and a lot of people got scared and they got spooked and they got out of position, and then just it's sad, just to watch the market just rally the way it just did. But unfortunately, it shook out a lot of weekends. But I can't blame anybody because at this level, I mean, this looked very, very grim. But as you guys know, what is it? I'm pretty sure everyone know what I'm going to put here right now, right? What I'm going to put here once again is it's POP once again. And this is the reason I did not panic and I did not do anything here. And if you're new here and you do not know, POP stands for process over profit. All right. So that's what POP stands for. This is what I live by. You got things that have to match your process. Why I did not get out of any of my long term plays, like as a matter of fact, I would let you guys know I did buy a couple of swing trades and long dated option trade, and I think I got one thing for on Nvidia for a short swing. Reason I didn't, first of all, I would need this candle to close below here, below this level. And if it did close below that, what is that we were just talking about yesterday? Acceptance. We were just talking about that yesterday. I would need to see a candle close below this candle. All right? This candle is not even closed there. When it comes to when things are dropping and a very dramatic drop happens, the one of the main thing that I do, I want to wait until the day is over. Yeah, you could say, hey, you know what? By doing that, sometimes you're going to incur a bigger loss. Sometimes, but what you're going to see more often than not, things reverse. So you never actually got out of a positions too early. So you have to have your process. That is the process. Therefore, I followed what? The process. And the process stood. It pretty much stood. And I can't I don't know what to say or what to say, guys. It's like every single day we come here and we talk about that. It's like having your process and following your process. This is something that helps so much. Just following your process. Just make sure you guys keep doing that. That is absolutely phenomenal. By the way, again, if you are here, please make sure to like the live to help me get the algorithm, push this out to more people so they can show the channel to more people so we can get more views and more subscribers on the channel. Yeah, so I'm looking at this and see how that dump. If we wanna go and actually let me go on the SPY, since the SPY really showed you guys everything. Oh my goodness, that is crazy. I don't know if you guys remember that this is the range I created yesterday, right? That's the range I created yesterday for you guys to say, hey, watch those levels. We actually came and actually closed above yesterday's lows, which is being used as resistance. I mean, as support level. It actually came right back to that range. So technically, yeah, it was volatile. And again, yesterday, what did the thumbnail say yesterday? Get ready for a big move. That was literally my thumbnail yesterday. Get ready for a big move. And what exactly did we see? A big move. It happened, and it's one of those things that just crazy. It's just crazy. Wow, would you look at that? And that level was a level. When did I put that level in? That was not even today, was it? Yeah, I think I put that. Did I put that in today? No, I think I put that in yesterday when I did the review with you guys. I put this in yesterday. We just came and kissed that. But anyway, just going right back to it. Let's see exactly how that played out in the morning. All right. So in the morning, we actually we gapped up after hours. We were talking about that yesterday. When I was giving you guys the scenario, right? I was giving you guys the scenario. I saw we had this that was happening, and I was telling you guys, hey, it seems like we have in an inverted head and shoulder pattern forming, but at the same time, let's not ignore there is also a possible um, um, double top forming, right? This is why you're looking at things on, you're looking at both cases. And I was letting you guys know, hey, for a bullish scenario, this is what we need to see happen. For a bearish scenario, this is what we need to see happen, right? And that is precisely what happens. And again, if we are looking at in the 30 minutes, this is what I don't like about what I'm seeing right now. Okay, now let's take a look at that. This is the 30 minutes. If we're looking at the 30 minutes time frame, let me just remove those. So you guys see that upsloping trend line, right? So we actually broke below that, and all this one that we did, we just came back. This is what we just did. We just came back to just touch it, and it seems like we are going back. We always have a retrace to the scene of the crime. Scene of the crime meaning this is where things started getting bloody. All right, that's what we're doing right now. Now, here's what I'll say: we have a couple of earnings report that may help us. Apple is actually green right now. They did very well. They reported Apple is green. Apple is doing well. Well, not well, but Apple is doing okay. Last time I looked at it, it was up like 3 points after hours. It might be less now. I don't know. So if those can get momentum and people can come in and push those in, Nvidia also give a nice setup. If people can come in and start buying into those assets, and push things up, we should do okay tomorrow, right? We should have a rally. I think we might get a bounce on Microsoft after this big sell-off that we just had. If we get a bounce on Microsoft, we get a continuation on Meta. We have Apple going up. I believe Google did okay as well, rallying back from a very abysmal day, and Nvidia. So if we can get about these five guys, and on top of that, I believe it is. I'm gonna get your Empire Path. Thank you for being here again. I see your questions. I will get to them shortly. Um, if we do get the bounce that we might be able to get on Tesla, because there's a possibility XAI might merge with Tesla, which is interesting to me because Tesla just invested $1 billion into XAI. and XAI and Tesla is owned by the exact same person, so technically negotiating with himself, pretty much. But we're just going to see how that's going to play out. If that happens, I think that news has shoot Tesla up a little bit. So if we get Tesla, Microsoft, Apple, Google, Nvidia to actually rally up, I do believe we're gonna see a green day tomorrow. Even though right now, I'm technically speaking, this does not look very good, technically speaking. But we are sitting still above a nice support level. All right. So we could come down, do this, do a little push like that, and do this and put in a higher low and squeeze up. All right. So that's not impossible to happen. We can have that squeeze up. Just a reminder, tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow is Friday, so that means whatever you're going to do, don't get trapped into things late in the afternoon. Volume is going to die down very early. All right, volume is going to die down very early because obviously, the big guys, the institutions are closed around like 2 p.m. Those guys are out drinking around these times. All right, so just be careful how you trade. Let me see. First question I have here is looking at the chart right now. Are we in a buy zone or sell zone? Just reiterating what I said. Let me just go back on this. This was the opportunity. Intraday lows was the opportunity. When you see that rallying up, lately it has really been a day trader's market because there's not much going on. We don't really have any direction. Right now, where we are, this is not a buy zone. This is not a buy zone. Right now, we are right back to resistance levels. So as long as we are at resistance levels, we are not in a buy zone. For me to say we are in a buy zone, I will need to see a squeeze above this area, a squeeze up, give me a candle here, and then give me a that acceptance or that continuation or confirmation candle. Then I'll say that's a buy zone. And I would not say this is a sell zone because as you could see, major support and buyers came in force, literally in force. And you can see it happening, right? So they started dumping. So we can see the Qs were the SPY, the Qs was dumping, but what was running up? Precious metals, gold, silver were running up like crazy. And then as soon as we started seeing gold and silver dumping, we started seeing money shifting right back in here because that's a level those guys wanted. That's a good level. They just came in. Hey, that's the level. They just came in and buy. Like I said, I keep telling you guys, I am still cautiously bullish. I'm still bullish. Cautious because we are at all-time high levels and I'm not seeing the momentum for us to break through. That's the only thing. If we go in the 2 hour time frame, again, excuse me, taking a look at that, you guys can see we are not looking very good. Right now, what we hope to happen here is one of those again to squeeze up. If you we go in the 30 and looking at the MACD is not giving us anything. There's no life. If I go in the 30 minutes, see what the MACD is telling me in the 30 minutes, I'm gonna make it bigger so you guys could see. The MACD is actually looking to curve down, which would be what? Very bad. That's oh my goodness. Look at this divergence we're looking at. This is not good. We need this to squeeze. We need buyers to step up and take control very quickly because this can get out of control very fast. What you guys see today, just remember it wasn't this, it wasn't as bad as what can potentially happen. Again, if I want let's take a step back and look at things in context, right? Let's take a step back and look at things in context. Hold on. Let me just get rid of all this because I have a lot of stuff on the chart here. Let me get rid of all these things. There you go. Now, if we are looking at this in context, you guys will see what I mean by that. Okay? This is the Liberation Day lows. If we go back all the way back to the COVID lows, connect the COVID lows, this is our trend line. If things get really ugly and really bad, there is a potential we may come all the way down to this level. All right? Now, I don't think they're going to let that happen, but you just never know. Because let's say one bad moves happen, and whatever, we have a strike on Iran, and Iran start hitting U.S. bases in the Middle East, and things go get out of control. There's always going to be a bull market somewhere, so I'm pretty sure all the defense stocks will do pretty well. But I'm looking talking about the market right now, this would be our major support level. If not, let's even say we come down to this level. That's a major support. We have a minor support here, minor support here, minor support here. We have a nice support right there at that level. Then if we break through that, we will be coming right in there. All right. So that's what we are looking at right now. That's why this is not a place where you're going to buy. Um, let's see. Yesterday you said you were not positive on the cues. How about today? Let's take a quick look at the cues on the daily. I told you guys yesterday when I saw the close on the cues. I told you guys I was not positive. Why was I not positive? Once again, we came to resistance level, and I told you guys I was kicking myself because I didn't have a chance to buy puts, right? And this is the potential for that. Now you look at this move, 633 all the way down to 618. That's a 15 points move. All right. You buy things. You buy some puts in there. This is the atom minimum. You're going to make about $1,000 per contract on a move like that. Atom minimum. You're making about $1,000 per contract. All right, as long as you're not taking any crazy cheapest possible strike price you can find and whatever, that's what that would look like. And remember, yes, again, yesterday I told you guys, based on what I'm seeing, actually, I think this. I would buy this to go down. I would not buy this to go up. And then the move came, and then why I did not panic, although all this drop was happening. Obviously, my account was. I had a good day trading, small cap. For those of you guys who know that I do trade small cap intraday. While I did have a good day trading small cap intraday, my account was still red at the moment at that time. I wasn't panicking trying to dump things and sell things. Why? Because this is my trend line. This is support. We have minor support like what around this level, right? We have a support level right here, but the major support level is way down here, and my trend line is here. So I didn't panic, and then guess what? I got most of that back by the end of the day. Most of it, I'll say about 90% of the drop that I had, I got back by end of day. All right, so that's what I'm looking at. Again, if you guys are here, please make sure to like the video. I would really appreciate it. That would help. The algorithm would actually help push this out. Oh, I almost forgot to do that because a lot of YouTubers have been complaining about their videos getting suppressed for not mentioning this. Everything I do here is not any suggestion for you guys to buy, hold, or sell. This is purely for educational purposes, just teaching you guys and trying to translate what I see in the market. Just a reminder that trading carries a lot of risk, including loss of capital. So do your own research, do your own due diligence before you buy any security or anything. If you don't know what you're doing, feel free to reach out to a financial advisor. All right, wanted to cover that. But that being said, I know most of you guys are not subscribed to the channel. Please subscribe, like this video, and drop a comment. Let me know if you guys are here And you have any questions, would love to receive any questions that you guys have to answer. I believe I already answered both questions from Empire Path. So those questions are answered. That's the cues. And if you're looking at it again today, there it is. Market opened. Soon as the market opened, we had a fake out, and look at this move. This move was just insane. Let me see something. Okay, so we'll see how that plays out tomorrow. Again, the good news, the little good news that we do have. Oh, one thing I also forgot. We were possibly heading into a government shutdown. Because the Senate actually voted down the funding bill because they did not want to vote for the fundings for ICE. So we almost went into a government shutdown. But I think news just broke right now that a deal was reached between Schumer and the administration on either a partial funding to keep the government open or something like that. So we're going to see how all of that plays out. And on top of that, you guys already know. On top of that, you have the big tech earning I just talked about. So those are, if those can move up, and we can get a bit of a relief bounce, like even if it's a dead cat bounce on Microsoft. Let me pull up Microsoft real quick so you guys could see that. Yeah, Microsoft dropped nearly. Whew, it was down even worse. 421. This was my level on Microsoft I was waiting for. I was waiting for this level, and this was one of the longest bear flag I had seen. So there you had this bear flag happen right there. We even bounced back. We started going down. We bounced back to that bear flag. Actually, you know what? Let me share my screen. Just realized my screen's not on. My screen's actually not on. There you go. Okay, Lunel, thank you. I appreciate that. I just caught that. My screen was not actually on. You know what? I think I might have not go over the cues properly with you guys, if that is the case. So that's the cues right there. And I was talking to you guys. I don't know if you guys saw that. So I'm just gonna go over it again. Yesterday when we did the live yesterday, based on this candle, I told you guys I would have bought puts. I was just busy trading small cap right into the close, and by the time I realized what had happened, I didn't have a chance to get puts. So this is the move we were looking at. We were looking at this move, and it seems like everything I did not show my screen. So I'm going to show you guys that one more time. So we had that big drop. I mean, we're pulling back. That's good. At least we have taken back more than 50%. All right, so that's good. The fact that we have closed above the 50%, more than a 50% retracement. Let me do that. This is the Fibonacci line. We actually closed above the 61.8%. All right, so that is good. Although the MACD is not giving me much hope. All right. So for the most part, everything says, we're not looking very good, but there is some life. So probability would say we are going down unless we can actually get something from Microsoft. And let me see. So that's Microsoft. That was a long bear flag we had on Microsoft. See, this is why I like fixing my thing here so I could see the comments. Um, that was a very long bear flag on Microsoft, and you guys could see what happened after this long bear flag. So I had this setup. It actually did a bit of a bounce. Let me put that back. Put this back. It did a bit of a bounce inside of that channel. It did a bounce here. Guess what it did? literally went up almost to that channel, right? That's all it did. And then when they reported, this is why I didn't buy Microsoft going into earnings. All right, because we were at the top of the channel. I'm like, okay, that means that's risky. Probability means the probability is on the way up is less probable. All right, so I'm not going to do it. We dropped. This is my trend line. This is my major trend line on Microsoft. That's the one I was waiting for it to come actually kiss this for me to get take a position. It didn't give it. That's okay. We can't complain about it. So if we get a bounce tomorrow, we'll see how things plays out over the next couple of days. But Microsoft right now is at a very very good, very attractive level. Because at the end of the day, that is a profitable company that was down by as much as 24% from the recent high. Yeah, so you guys could see that I already had this here, right? I already had this here saying, hey, um, this would be the length I would need for that to come here to do it. Because I like to use the length, the same length of this, right? Top of the pole, bottom of the pole. So that's why I was waiting for that move on Microsoft. But we had a bounce. So all these things is why you guys see that we were squeezing down so much. But I would not be surprised if Microsoft actually tomorrow suddenly announced something because they actually did very well for their earnings. They reported good numbers. It was just the amount, the sheer spending they are doing, and the fact that I think they're having some issues with Chat GPT, or is it yeah, with OpenAI? Not Chat GPT, with OpenAI, because OpenAI is having difficulty delivering on some of the things they've invested in. So that's what, since people cannot short OpenAI, so therefore they are shorting Microsoft. So Microsoft is paying for that. Um, Let me see if I can find Nvidia. This is why I got into Nvidia, guys. This is why I got into Nvidia. You guys can see that here. This is a very, very strong level on Nvidia. Very, very strong level. We have not been able to take that level. But if you look at Nvidia over the past what? Let's see. We've been at around, since we had this drop, we've been around just consolidating pretty much. You could say since early to mid December, we've just been consolidating at that level. And right now, this shows there's a move coming. And what I'm seeing is this is why I'm getting in. That's my process. What did we see here? Bullish divergence. And we are also getting bullish divergence here. So higher lows, and we push into that. You guys could see, excuse me, if you look at the stock right now, boom. If you look at it, we push way, way down. And then by end of day, buyers stepped in and came in strongly. Look at the volume profile. Very strong, and bought this up. And if you we go on the shorter time frame, you guys going to see exactly what I'm looking at and why I got into this. Now, again, you could say it is a little early on that, but then again, I'm just starting to build that position. I'm not at full position on that. I just started to build it, and I'm going to keep adding, but I'm not taking full position on that yet. So therefore, if we get a fake out, like if that's a false breakout and we pull right back down, I'm not too exposed. All right. So that's how I build positions. There you go. That's what I saw in the 30 minutes. What is this? What is this, guys? I'm going to ask you guys again. I'm going to ask you guys what exactly are you guys seeing here? Uh, any advice for traders as we head into tomorrow's market session? Um, while I'm waiting for you guys to let me know what we are looking here, what pattern is this? While I'm waiting for that, um, my advice for traders is be patient, look for your levels, be patient, really watch the price action. As you could see, look at those. You can see those distinct candles, right? Once that move is made, it's mostly choppy. It's just consolidation. You're gonna get chopped up. So if you are trading, make sure you are buying at support level and you're not buying things in the middle. If a move is already made and the move is already too big, all right. If the move is already too big, don't force it. All right. If you get a crazy candle, like a candle like this, something that just rallies up like crazy, whether you were not available or you didn't see it, whatever it is, do not chase. Do not chase because as we could see, the market look at just today, right? So if you miss that, because some people what they would have done is say, okay, so today we had this move, so it was that. Soon as it got to here, soon as it got to this level, and it gave this little thing. Okay, let me put that right back so I can explain what I'm talking about exactly. Because some people trade with the Fibonacci retracement. So this is the 50%. Okay, once it retraces 50%, some people would have said, "Oh, now we have a red candle. It's time to go in because that move we just did this. We will trace back to 50. Is going to push back down. Either make the lower leg or just target this low. Why would that not be a good option? That would not have been a good trade, and I'm gonna let you guys know exactly why. It's because if you're looking at this candle, what is one rule I told you guys when you see a big candle and opposite candle following that candle? This candle needed to close at least 50% of that candle. So it would need to be, I think it was more like here. So I would need that candle to close around there to show me like buyers actually stepped in. Or I needed to see what? Continuation. Give me another candle that shows me that's close below and to give me which would then form some sort of uh, 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 um, uh, evening star because it would have closed like here. So these three candles would have formed an evening star, and that would have completely give us the move. All right. So that's how people get chopped up. Okay. So now this is what I see. What I'm seeing. Let me see. I don't think anybody answered that. What I'm seeing is this. This is an inverted head and shoulder pattern. This is what I'm seeing here. All right. So this is why I got in that, even though it is a little early, but this is part of my process. When again, this is not something I'm doing a day trade with, and this is not something that's crazy volatile. But this is why I got into that. Again, this is just an initial opening. So that way, if we fall below this level, actually, let me put my alert right here. If we fall below this level, I will be out of that trade. All right, because that's the shoulder, and the shoulder is supposed to be used serve that support level. And if I have a candle that breaks it and I have confirmation, I'm out. All right, so that's the way I'm going to be trading this one. Okay, let me just X that out. Boom. But if you're looking at on the daily, you guys can see on the daily what we did a double bottom here in the MACD, and we just did a higher low, and we are doing the exact same thing with the stock and close above a big resistance line. We have not closed above that level, above that zone. We have not closed above that in a long time. I mean, I would have loved it if this had completely closed with a pin bar, but it seems like right before the close we had a bit of a drop right before the close, so we didn't have a perfect pin bar, which would have been even more bullish. All right, but as of right now, this seems okay. But then again, it is still something that's a little dangerous as of right now. That's aggressive trading. That's really aggressive trading. That's my trading style. It's not for everybody. I trade aggressively. It's not for everybody, but that is my trading style. All right, and I'll take one quick look at Bitcoin with you guys as well. Um, you guys can see what's happening with Bitcoin. Where's BTC crypto? Oh, there you go. So, what did we see in Bitcoin? Know your pattern. Remember when I told you guys that we broke that level, we broke, we came back and retest, and this is what we're doing. And if you are looking at that, you guys are going to see the pattern I was talking about exactly. It was this. We talk about it. This is the head, and this thing even made a lower right shoulder. That is extremely, extremely bearish. So right now, Bitcoin is on life support, guys. Bitcoin is on life support right now. It just, I mean, that's a major, major line that it broke. And if it break this level, we have some minor support, like all the way down to this level. Yep, that would be all the way down to this level. And if we break that, you're talking about revisiting like 165 on Bitcoin. All right, 165 on Bitcoin. That is what that is what you guys are looking at. All right. That being said, it's 9:40. I have to go meet with the team members on that's part of the community. Guys, thank you for coming in. If you are here once again, make sure to like this video, share the video with other people that might use it. As usual, I would love to hear from more of you guys. And Prior Path, I appreciate it. Lunel, thank you for letting me know I was not sharing my screen. Doing all this talking, the screen was not actually being shared. I really appreciate that you letting me know that. Make sure to like, leave a comment, share the video, and thank you for being here, guys. It's been fun. It's been fun going into this. For me, I understand today might have been a tough day, guys, but guess what? You survived. If you survived, be proud of that. All right, because some accounts were blown today. Some accounts were liquidated today. You guys have to understand that. All right, every single day you can survive the market is a win. Just keep that in mind. Every single day somebody took their last trade in the market. Every single every single day. When I say somebody, well, I said let me just say a few people or a lot of people just took their last trade today or yesterday because they were over leveraged and then this happened, they got blindsided. But if you mess with me, if you've been here, I've been telling you guys to hedge, do not go full position, and take your time. And I have been preaching that, and it finally happened. And whatever, and it was a violent move. I told you guys I was expecting a big move, and yesterday I called it from the thumbnail on down. Big movement coming. That was a big drop today, followed by a massive rally. That is a warning. That's not a signal. That's a warning. All right. We're not out of the woods yet. Let price confirm the direction before committing to capital to anything. I'll see you guys in the next market review. Take care. Tomorrow, get in, get green, get out. All right. It's Friday. People are not going to be trading all day. Just remember, it's going to be treated almost as if it's a half day. All right. Just go in, get green, get out. But most of all, follow your process. It's POP, and make sure you wait for confirmation. All right. Don't get FOMO into anything, because what we see happen today, everyone who got FOMO in at the opening bell got completely screwed today. All right. All right. I appreciate you guys. I really have to go. I have to go now. It's been fun. It's not the most exciting thing to review when the market is red, but if you are able to buy today, congratulations to you. I'll see you guys tomorrow.